Today's project will be, okay, I need the drill, not that drill, but will need.
Yep, that's me, in my sandals. How is it that every DIY video on YouTube, you see people in their sandals? I guess I'm part of the club now.
That drill. My son's hockey leggings, and look at all his stuff. So we're going to be doing something today to the front. Alright, don't need that. I do need this. And the battery is good. Perfect. Alright, so let's go over here. What are we doing today? Today we are putting in a front camera. This camera is 720p, so it's 720 if your radio accepts that through the connection. So mine does, and it looks so good at night. So I put one of these on my rear. Let me show you. So I put one of these on my rear bumper, right there. And it's got a great view. I really wish I could have put it higher because I do have a factory, but the issue is that I do have an aftermarket radio. So anyways, that being said, my radio supports a front camera. So we're gonna put a front camera, and we're gonna use probably this factory little area right there. So I'm gonna see if that works out. Okay, so this little kit, I got it on Amazon. I'll link it. Nautica. But I'll tell you what, I was actually very happy with this. It's got a great picture, so I'll link it down. All right, so it comes with the drill bit, and I like that it's got a little spring there as well. Actually, this worked out really good. You can mount this two ways. You can actually mount it with the, so I could mount it literally right on the front, but I kind of want to do a factory look. So we're gonna do that right now. Open it up more. Okay, we do have some wires back there that loom, so we gotta be really careful. So let's go ahead and make the pilot hole. Let's put the cable through the hole. And before we do that, we also have to cut those little wires so we don't have the guidelines. So we gotta check what that is. Oh, nice and tight. Perfect. All right, let's not put it in there yet. So it's definitely nice and tight. All right. Instructions, usually these days it makes you scan and to get the instructions, but I do like that they actually have the instructions. So here's the wiring diagram, and our head unit actually has a trigger wire. So we're gonna go with plan A, head unit's trigger wire. And yeah, so that'll go through there. And then we're gonna use, let's see if I can get right in there. All right, so the camera has on these little wires here, purple, green, and white. Looks like right there, through there. Okay, so let's look at the directions. To use a forward camera, please cut the white wire loop. Okay, so that's probably obviously so we don't get the mirror look. So we gotta cut the white one. Cut the green wire loop to remove the distance guidelines. So we also want that. I don't want those markers on a front camera. So we're gonna cut the white and we're gonna cut the green. Now, unless you have a head unit that supports a 720p over the video cable, do not cut the purple. So cut the purple wire loop to choose the 720p 30 frames per signal output. We're going to do that. Okay, so we're gonna cut the white, green, and purple for, but a lot of people may not cut the purple. All right, there we go. Purple, that'll be for the 720p. Green, and we're gonna cut the white. And what we wanna do is we wanna make sure and tape all these up. Put a little bit of, maybe cut them at different distances, and then put a, all right, we're gonna fish that through. All right, now, if you notice the camera's got a, it should, you know what? It did have a sticker before. The sticker must have come off because I do remember it'll say top All right, so that's okay. We'll have to figure out where the top is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. Then I'm gonna straighten it, and then I'll push the rest in. These things, these are the best. Fiberglass wire running kit. So we're gonna take one of these, and we're gonna run that wire. All right, so you may be able to see, this is where it came up right here. Right above, right behind the light. There's a really good pathway right there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it right around here. This is the battery cover. You can see that's from my isolator that I mounted here. So we're gonna run it. There's the fuse box, there's the battery. And we're gonna run it alongside and down, and it's gonna come in through right up through there. There's a little square, and you move over that little insulation. All right, I just fished that through there. So now we're gonna tie off the extension and run the extension. Well, we gotta see which one is the smaller side, so we probably have to pull it. So let's go to this side. All right, so we're gonna tape this end on here, and we have to tape that really good so it doesn't come off. All right, so let's push that up. Let's push it through first here. Sounds like somebody's cutting the grass. And we're gonna pull it right through there. Got it. Perfect. No damage. So it goes right in there. So put it in there and then turn it until you hear the little groove click in, and then you just click it in. There you go.
While we do this, we'll just go ahead and swap out the radio as well to another one that has a angle on it. The screen is tilted back and you can't see this very good, so I'm going to put the same radio, same brand, everything. It's just one with the screen that is actually pivotal, so it's a half din instead of double din, or single din rather. This is the Metro kit. It's already installed. I did this already a couple of weeks ago. So that being said, you just grab this from the front. It's really hard, and then you need something like this, and then you want to wedge back here, and you want to pull as you're pulling on this, and it pops off. So if you notice, there's two tabs there. That's all it is, the two tabs, and you just pull hard. Okay, so we'll put that aside. Let's put it here so it doesn't get scratched. And then you use a T20. I think it's T20. Yep, T20. You have two screws right here, so T20. Okay, let's put that there. Once you have that, you pull from the top there, and it just pops out. And then same thing at the bottom there. Now, what you want to do is on the other side, you have two plugs. Let me show you that. See if I can turn it around. There we go. All right. So on the top part of the top one, you squeeze down and you pull out. That's the top one. That's your airbag one. And then on the bottom, you have another one that pulls out, and it's got the same thing. It's a little tab. Now, it's a little tough, okay? Now, the tab is on this side. This side. The tab on the top one is on the top. If you're looking down on it, it's to the right if you're looking down on it. For the rest of this part is just me going back and forth about 25 times, just making sure that it fits perfect. I didn't want any gaps. I didn't want any movement. I wanted nice, solid, really more of a factory look.
All right, so there's the finished product. Well, not quite finished. This is single din versus double din, so I have to put a pocket here. All right, so first we have to take off the radio, and I actually do like what this does. This is a single din, and it has two push tabs in the back, and you just push it and it comes right out. See that? And then you can lock this up. All right, so now we're gonna put this back on. So all you do is just the back, line up the back, in the front, and just give it a, put this screen in. Look at that. And now my screen is actually tilted towards the driver instead of how on this van it's actually angled up. So when the sun hits it, you don't see. And then I do have a little pocket down here. It came out nicely. Now I'm gonna pop everything in. I just put the 2 screws, you might be able to see them through there. So those are already in. And so now we're gonna pop this right here, pop that side, and the microphone is there. We're gonna pop this, pop that. If you notice, the screen would be flat here, therefore the sun would be hitting it and you can't see it very good, especially with all these screens that are really reflective. All right, we did disconnect this because we have rear view camera. We don't really need that. Plus the radio blocks it, so it doesn't make sense. And plus, so now we have to go back and align the camera. So let's go ahead and turn on the key and let's see how everything comes on. If we go into reverse, it gives you the grid. And I think we have to, it's a little bit off. Not so much, but just a little bit. Front camera. All right, there it is. So now we have to align that as well.